Okay, here we are in the garage doing the video review because it is pouring out now. So, I mowed right before the rain came. So I want to show you this next to our gas mower. It's a little bit smaller, but really, being a little bit smaller, this gas mower's been taking me like an hour and 10 minutes. And honestly, this thing today took me 40 minutes to do the same amount of work. I think it's maybe just because it moves faster because it's lighter. But hey, anyway, I'm loving it. It's what I expected. I'm hoping it lasts. Just like anybody, I get a little nervous when I see some of the reviews. Overall, I think with all the reviews I looked at, pretty much it occurred to me most are reviewed really well. The biggest issue is battery life. So I got an extra battery. And just using it as a heavy duty. We're going to keep our gas mower because this is really for, I'd say, moderate duty. The gas mower, it's the end of its life. We kind of don't care so much. If we hit a little bit of rocks and bigger sticks, we're not so worried. This one, you're not going to want to do that. It's just not made for that. Could it replace our gas mower after using it? I would actually say yes, but we want to save that gas mower for if we want to mow wet grass, because you are not supposed to mow wet grass with these. It bogs them down. Just puts too much pressure on them, so it's just going to use your battery up faster. And I think for mulching leaves, we'll see in the fall, but from what I read, it seems like, even though this did a great job today with the leaves that were there, I think the other one's probably going to be a little better for that. So for us, we're going to keep both. We're going to use this as our main one, and we're going to keep the gas one for like the first cuts of the year, the last cuts of the year, the leaf mulching, if you got to mow but it's rainy out and the grass was wet, stuff like that. So I think for most of the reviews that I saw on any of these that were not favorable, to me it felt like either it was an issue of they were just using it improperly, they were expecting too much of it, waiting a month and then mowing the grass and the tall weeds and stuff like that. The other thing, as far as people saying, hey, it stopped working, with these batteries, and I got the one that has the 4, I guess it's amp per hour one and the 2 amp per hour one. If you leave these on the charger past full, you're going to kill these batteries. It happens with my salon equipment, everything. Takes about 2 hours to fully charge this one. The smaller one, it's on the charger now, it's probably going to take about an hour. However, I mowed for about 40 minutes and the mower was still going. I turned it off, so that battery definitely lasted the whole time. Now, I was mowing grass that was actually, had been mowed like 6 days ago. So we're at that time of year where we kind of have to do it twice a week sometimes. So it wasn't, stressful, heavy duty, crazy long grass, but still. I wanted to point out, when you put the battery in here, I saw a couple reviews where people said it ran a little bit and died, and then it happened to me, and I just wanted to cry. So I got it out there, had the battery charged up, pushed the button in, because you do this sort of a little bit opposite of a gas one. Instead of the handle and then starting it, you actually push this in and then do the handle. So I did that, and it revved up, and then it died. And I tried it 3 times, and I thought, oh my god, I've got a dud, this is horrible, not knowing what to do, come around here, mess around with stuff. Turned out, I thought I'd pushed the battery all the way in, and I had not. So I'm betting that any of those reviews that said it died out of the box, they didn't actually push the battery all the way in, because it feels like you pushed it all the way in, and then when I went back and messed with it, it actually fit further in than that. So if it, make sure when you put it in, you're putting it all the way in, and it does take a little bit of heft. I didn't have trouble doing it, and taking it out, that was fine too. Didn't have any trouble with that, but I thought I'd mention it because I really did want to cry. I was like, oh my gosh. Other than that, I chose this because it had a metal deck. Some of them don't. I think that's important. I think as far as using it, it feels like it jostles around more, and that's simply because it's not as heavy. It's just not as heavy of a mower. But man, it was, probably like a third less or more lighter weight than our gas mower. So really liked that. Everything else, it's got the bagger. There's a plug that's in there. When you go to put the bagger on, you can take that out. If you want to mulch, you can leave the bag off and leave the plug in. There's a side chute. I'll probably never use that. Adjusting the height right here, super easy. It's easy. Easy. Battery worked great. Got the other one on the charger now. I'm just keeping them charged, but I'm keeping an eye on them, taking them off the minute it turns green, and I will update because I spent 2 years trying to decide whether or not I should buy this. And I am happy that I did.